Hey guys, welcome to Study Scoopers again. So today me Study Scoopers back with another video of crop prediction and management, and this is the part 2. So before we start our video, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you're new and press the bell icon so that you get the updates, the notifications when I upload my new video. And so let's begin now. So today we are gonna learn crop prediction and management, which is the part 2 this time. So at the last part, the part 1, you would have been remembering what we have learned, right? It was the different types of crops, which was the kharif crops, the rabi crops and the zaid crops. And there were mainly two types of crops, which were the kharif crop and the rabi crop. So in this chapter, in this part, we are gonna learn how do farmers goes with the agriculture processes to get these crops. So they go with 8 agriculture processes. So what are those? Those are the preparation of soil, sowing, adding manures and fertilizers, irrigation, weeding, protection of crops, harvesting and storage. So farmers goes with 8 agriculture processes to get our nice and ready crops. So first let's step by step learn these 8 agriculture processes. So first let's go with the preparation of soil. So what is preparation of soil now? Preparation of soil consists of loosening, which means to increase the absorption of water and manures, loosening of soil particles at humus. We know what is humus, right? It's the nutrients which are given to the plants. It contains the plant's nutrients which are good for the soil. So they are given, the humus is being added to the soil so that the crop yields have been increased. And the second thing is the leveling. So now we have loosed our soil and now we have to level it. But what is the meaning of this leveling? When like leveling, it's a process to make the soil even, and it helps to break the big particles of soil called clumps. So you would have been seeing the circle like balls of soil, right? We break it and it breaks into the pieces, it breaks into the soil particles. So this is called as clumps. So these clumps have been broken into small particles so that the land is even now, and this process to make the land even and to break these big particles of soil called clumps is called as leveling. So this leveling is done manually by humans, like by farmers, by breaking the clumps of soil, or else it is done by a machine called leveler. So we have now prepared our soil by doing the two methods, loosening and leveling. And loosening is done by an implement called plow. So now what is this plow? It is made up of wood and drawn by a pair of bulls or any animal. So let me show you how does the plow looks. So at the first picture you could see, right, like what is it looking like? There is a very big stick which is being kept in the neck of a bull, or it could be any animal. Okay, this is a picture of a bull over here, and a very at the middle there is a one more stick. So when these two bulls which are at the east side moves forward, there will be a dig, right? The stick will dig the soil. So this is called as the preparation of soil. They are preparing the soil for our seeds, for our other processes. So first we have to prepare. So this is called as plowing or tilling. So plowing or tilling is defined as loosening and turning the soil. So this loosening is also called as plowing or tilling. So now this is a method, and the next picture which you could see at the next is the tractor. Nowadays they plow the field with the help of this tractor. So now we have prepared our soil, and the next thing which we have to do is sowing. So what is the sowing? It's a method of placing seeds into the soil to have a good germination in the field. It is, just process where the seeds have been sown into the fields so that they have the germination, right? So the crops are grown by the seeds, so we have to sow the seeds, right? So this is called as the process of sowing. Now process of sowing has two methods. One is the broadcasting method, where the farmer sprinkles the seed around the field. But when these farmers they'll have the seeds in their hand and they just throw the seeds in all over the big field. So now when they throw it in the big field, there are many disadvantages. Could you think of it? They are like when we split something, it doesn't go to the correct distance. Two seeds will be together, placed in a place, then one seed will go very far, one seed will go very close, and the farmers won't know where the water have to be poured. And the seeds, one seed will capture all the sunlight and one seed will capture all the water, so this will not have a correct germination for them. So to avoid this method, we have a machine called as the seed drill. So it is a machine used for sowing of seeds. So now we have prepared our soil and we have even sown the seeds. And this is a machine by which the seeds have been sown. This is the seed drill machine. Okay, now we have prepared a soil and even sown the seeds. The next thing which we have to do is adding manures and fertilizers. Now what is this manures and what is this fertilizers? So they are added to the soil to increase its fertility. So manures are an organic matter, whereas the fertilizers are an chemicals. So manures are fully organic. They are being formed by the decomposition of animals, cow dung, animal urine, animal etc. and etc. And the fertilizers are fully of chemicals, which are being formed by the mixing of the chemicals like urea, phosphorus, and there are etc. So now we know what is manure, just an introduction to what is manure, and we just introduced what is fertilizers. So this first picture shows you the picture of manure, whereas the second one shows you the picture of a fertilizer. Now we have just got an introduction to this, right? So we have to know the difference. Why is these both used to the soil? Why can't only be manure used? Because they are organic, so why can't they be used? So both manures and fertilizers have something which the plant needs. So what are those? So let's differentiate them. So the manures have a natural substance, whereas the fertilizers have an artificial substance, and this we would have been understood. So the manures are fully organic, right? They are natural, whereas the fertilizers are fully of chemicals. This shows us that it is artificial. So the second thing is, these are obtained by dead and decaying plants and animals, whereas the fertilizers are chemicals. So the manures are obtained by the decomposition of dead animals and plants. So these manures are formed by the decomposition of them, and whereas the fertilizers, they are fully of chemicals, right? And because the third point now, because now it is fully natural, it doesn't consist of any human made thing, so it is a slow process because it is fully of organic, whereas fertilizers are prepared by us, so it is a fast process. Now these manures are prepared in the fields because of decomposition can't happen in factories, whereas the fertilizers cannot be prepared in the fields. So manures are being prepared in the fields and the fertilizers are prepared in the factories, and the manures are less expensive. Why? Because these manures are fully of natural things, they are not of man-made, so it is not expensive, whereas the fertilizers are fully made by us, and their machines are required, transportation from here to one place to another, so these are expensive. The fertilizers are expensive, whereas the manures are less expensive. Now the manures are absorbed by the plant slowly because they are organic, right? So they are absorbed by the plant slowly, whereas the fertilizers, they are absorbed by the plants quickly as they are chemicals. And the next is manures provide humus to the soil. So we have discussed what is humus. It is the nutrients which is being given to the soil for its crop yields and growth and everything. So chemicals doesn't give us this humus, right? Because it is full of organic, so only manures can give us humus. So manures provide humus to the soil, whereas fertilizers doesn't provide humus to the soil. And manures, it cause no harms to the organisms. Why? Because it is organic, whereas the fertilizers can harm the organisms present in the soil because it is a chemical. And the last difference is the manures, it doesn't cause health issues in people consuming the crop, whereas the fertilizers, it can cause health issues in the people consuming the crop. So now we have gone with some differences which will surely make us to understand why these both are important for the plants, because these both have something good which the plants need. So these both are essential for the plants. Now we have prepared our soil, we have sown our seeds, we have added manures and fertilizers too. What is the next process? That's to add water, which is called as irrigation. So it is a process of applying controlled amount of water to the plants at needed intervals. So now irrigation. So there are two types of irrigation methods. One is the traditional method and one is the modern method. So we'll discuss in this both of these methods. So in the traditional method, the first one is Rahat. So let's discuss Rahat first. So what could you see over here? There is a bull, and he in his neck there is a stick kept, and beside him there is a big chain, a wheel. In that many buckets are attached, and down you could see water, I believe. So down there is water. So what is happening here? When the bull completes his round, he have a stick over his neck. So when he completes a round, even the stick will move with him, right, because it is kept in his neck. So when he completes a round, the wheel will also complete its round. So when this wheel completes its round, the water which is kept at the down, the buckets which is being tied with a rope in those wheels, they will also go down, right? So they'll be filled with water and now they are filled with water. And when the second rotation happens, this wheel it will throw the water, right? Now the wheel, when it is down and filled with water, and when it goes up, it will throw its water, right? So by this is a method by which the field is getting irrigated, right? The water is being applied in a control amount only. So this was one of the method, a traditional method. And the second method is the chain pump. So what happens in this is, here also you could see the wheel. So what happens is, there is a chain over there, okay, and there is one bucket attached with the wheel. So when the up you could see one chain type something. So when we and there will be down also a chain, okay, rope, and here you could see water in a the rope type something, okay. So what happens is, when this rope is being pulled, the water which was over here will fall, and by this water will be fall in the field where it have to be irrigated. So one method was the Rahat method, and second is the chain pump. Now let's go with the third method, which is the Dhekli. Now what is this Dhekli is, there will be a long stick, and there will be a rope tied to that stick, and through that rope there will be a bucket tied. So what happens is, the person who is going to irrigate the field, he takes the stick and the rope which is being tied with the bucket, he with the stick he makes the stick to go down, and he fills the water in the bucket, and then he takes it up and he keeps a stone so that there is a weight over here and it doesn't falls again, and then he takes the water and irrigate it to the field. So we have seen the three methods, which was the Rahat, the chain pump and the Dhekli, and this is the last method, which is the mode, which is now also going in these villages, taking the water from the well and then pouring it to the field. So we have discussed the traditional methods now, and now let's go with the modern methods too. So the modern methods are of two methods, which is the drip irrigation and the sprinkler system. So what is this drip irrigation? Let's discuss it first. So what happens in this is, there will be a pipe, okay, and it will be inserted at the soil. So at the down of the soil, the pipe will be inserted. So what happens over here is, when they on the tap, the water will only go to the soil, right, because the pipe is being inserted to the soil. So the water will only go to the soil. Now when this water only goes to the soil, there is many advantages, like the roots will get the water easily, and directly. And the second thing is there is no wastage of water at all, right? Because it is only being transported to the soil, the roots, which needs the water. So in this there is no wastage of water, and the water is being directly given to the plants. And the second method is the sprinkler system, which contains of a pipe which have a rotating nozzle at the top. So when they on the tap, when the water goes in the pipe, it works like a sprayer when it comes up, as there is rotating nozzles in those. So in this they mostly used to do this method too, because this will be more easier. So now we have studied our traditional methods as well as the modern methods. Now we have prepared our soil, we have sown the seeds, we have added manures and fertilizers, we have even irrigated our field. But then there are more steps left, and the next step is the weeding. So what is weeding? It's a process to remove undesirable plants which are known as weeds, which grows with the main crop. So now undesirable plants is only known as weeds. The plants which are not being useful with our crops, they are called as weeds. So they have to be removed, right? Because it makes many disadvantages for the crops, such as it takes all the sunlight of the plant, the main crop. They take the water of the main crop, and such an example of weed is grass. Have you ever seen grass in any use? No, right? It just grows. So we have to cut these grass when we are growing a crop. So that to remove these weeds, we do with the process of manual weeding, in which the farmers or anyone takes the weeds with their hands. And the second method is using chemicals which are called as weedicides. So these weedicides are used to remove these weeds too. So these are the two methods for weeding. Now we have done the process of weeding too. Now the next process is the crop protection. These crop protection also consist of weeding, but then there are two more things, which is removing of pests and removing of insects. So first let's see what is crop protection. It's a process of managing plant disease, weeds and other pests that damage the agriculture crops. So at the last process we learned what is weeding, right? So to remove these weeds, we have the weedicides, which are the chemicals which we have seen before. And then to remove pests, we have the pesticides, the chemical. And to remove insects, we have the insecticides. So this is like the things which are used to remove these things. So these are the chemicals. Now we have protected our crops too, and now it's the time to be happy, because it's the time to harvest now. So now we are gonna harvest our crops. So what is harvesting? It's a process of gathering the ripe crops from the field using of implements such as the sickle or the reaper. So the sickle and the reaper are the tools which are used to remove our ripe crops. So the sickle is a tool, and the reaper is a machine. And now harvesting goes with the two processes, which is the threshing and the winnowing. And now what is this threshing and winnowing? So threshing is a process to separate the grains from hay. Now the grains are the thing which we are gonna have, and it consists of some particles called as hay. So these hay should be removed from these grains. So to remove this, we go with the process of threshing. And now we have removed the hay from the grains, and now we have to go with the process of winnowing. So now what is this winnowing? It's a process of separating the chaff from the grains. Now we have separated the hay from the grains. After we separate the hay, we have even more smaller particles called as chaffs. Even this have to be removed. So to remove this, we go with the process of winnowing. So this first one, which you could see, there is a person who is beating our ripe crops so that these hays are removed from these. And the second thing is the machines which are used to remove. And the third thing, you could see the people who are removing now the chaffs from the grains. Now our hay is removed, and now we have to remove the chaffs. So harvesting goes with the true process called as threshing and winnowing. Now we have harvested our crops, and now it's the time for storing our crops for us. So This storing is a process where the ready grains now are ripe, and the ready grains are kept where there is no or less amount of moisture. So now if there is some place which consists of moisture, what happens is it forms microorganisms which could harm our crops. So we shouldn't form these microorganisms, so that we shouldn't have the moisture at a place. So there are places where there is no moisture, such as a place called silos or a warehouse. So silos is a place where these grains are kept for our uses, and here there is no moisture. And even the third picture shows you the picture of warehouse where there is no moisture. So now we have completed our part 2, and in this you would have been understanding now that how much processes do these farmers goes with to get our crops ready. So now we let's now boom our mind again with some questions, and you could answer for these questions in the comment section below. So the three questions today. So the three questions are: which government agency undertakes the procurement of wheat and paddy? The second question is MSP stands for, and the third question is what type of crop is present in the FCI symbol. So we'll be continuing our part 3 now. We will be getting the part 3 in our further videos we upload. And for the boom questions, you could answer those questions in the comment section below. And thank you guys, and hope you all like this video. And if you understood this video, and if you have any suggestions, you could even write it in the comment section. So I'll be surely trying to improve myself. And if you like this video, please hit a like. So we'll see you